Hi, an acquaintance told me this story. I'll make a reservation right away that this story is partially invented, more precisely something has been thought out, because it came to me in scraps and without some details, but the meaning was clear. I will outline this story with my fantasy. This happened in a small town in Russia, where the difference between rich and poor is visible to the naked eye. My story will be about a man named Dmitry. He grew up in a wealthy family from childhood. He was spoiled in all possible ways, which greatly influenced his character. He graduated from school, the university, of course, not without the help of parental capital. However, having finished his studies, he was in no hurry to look for a job, preferring to spend his life with various entertainments, sometimes harmless and sometimes not quite. Dmitry communicated with wealthy like him and arrogant people who considered themselves above others, above the law, above morality. He and his friends loved different carnal pleasures, and a rumor reached him that his former classmate was crazy about him from school. An insidious plan immediately ripened in his head. Calling her, he directly asked if the rumors were true. There was silence at the other end for a while, but then she replied, "Yes. You know, I was afraid to admit to you that I feel the same feelings you understand. My social circle would not understand such a choice. We are from different social strata." "I understand, but why did you tell me this now?" "I want to correct this error. Let's meet at my house today?" "Sure. What time?" "Come up to 11 p.m. Arranges?" "I will come." "Well, that's nice, see you, Katyusha." Without putting off the phone, Dmitry immediately informed two of his friends that they were planning to have fun for the evening. Everyone was delighted and were in anticipation of the evening events. In the evening, what happened was what Dmitry and his friends were planning. Another broken heart. Morning, he was awakened by the doorbell ringing. It continued until Dmitry opened the door. A young man unknown to him stood on the threshold, and hatred raged in his eyes. Dmitry asked him, "Who are you? What the hell did you come? You nasty bastard, do you know what you've done? What exactly of my actions did not suit you? Do you know what happened to Katya? You came about the whore, couldn't wait until evening." At this moment a stranger, unable to bear it, pounced on Dmitry with his fists. They fought, and the uninvited guest got hard from Dmitry. He dragged the stranger out of his hallway and was about to close the door when suddenly there was a cry. "She committed suicide. Because of you. Because of you, you damn scum. Damn you freak. You and all your relatives will die. Damn you, son of a bitch." Dmitry was embarrassed by the news of the death of Catherine. After making coffee for himself and sitting in the kitchen, he tried to collect his thoughts, but his state was very broken after a drunkenness, after a fight, and it seems that something drained out of him after meeting a stranger. He called one of his friends with whom he spent the evening. "Hello? Lyaka, how are you after yesterday?" "Dimaz, finally it's bad. I don't know what it is, all morning I hugged with a push. It seemed that all the insides would come out." "How about Kostyum?" "I didn't call him, there are enough of my problems. Call you, we'll call you in the evening." "Come on." Until Dmitry decided to immediately call Kostya, but the news at the other end shocked him. Kostya died a few minutes ago from a household gas explosion. The phone was picked up by his girlfriend, who was sitting in the car at that moment and was waiting for him at the time of death. Dima hung up the phone. This morning was not like everyone else, everything was unusually bad. Meanwhile, Dima's condition worsened before our eyes. He was terribly cold, despite the fact that there was really summer weather outside the window. He was vomiting, his head was spinning, and his hands were shaking so that he could not hold the mug in his hands. A few hours later, his phone rang. It was shown on the screen that Alexei was calling him. Dima picked up the phone and could not believe his ears. Alexei's mother told Dmitry through tears that Alexei's heart suddenly stopped. He died before the ambulance arrived. At that moment, Dmitry was terribly frightened and frantically began to call mom and dad. Mom did not pick up the phone was disconnected. Dmitry, almost crying, began to call his father. He, picking up the phone, indistinctly told that his mother was hit by a car. She is now in intensive care, and he himself is going to her hospital. But then the father said something that Dima did not expect to hear. "Go to church urgently, light a candle, may the Lord for mercy, on my knees may." "Damn, what are you, I whom to?" At this moment, a sharp sound, similar to a blow, was heard, followed by a break in communication immediately. Dima, horrified, dressed in whatever, ran out of the apartment, got into his car and drove as quickly as he could to the nearest church he saw approaching domes and crosses on them. Looking hard into the distance, he did not see that he was crossing the intersection a tread, and at that moment he was hit in the side by a garbage truck. The blow was so strong that Dimitri's car was thrown onto the sidewalk, where 2 more people were smeared on the ground under a pile of uncontrollable steel. The car was lying on the roof, and the people around did not dare to help Dima because the car caught fire and could explode at any moment. So he died, screaming in pain.